sound check. So they can set all the levels so that the guitars sound even, the vocals sound even, they get the right effects on everything. It's basically so we don't sound as bad as we could sound if we didn't do that.
Our next act is Brian Henke.
I am Brian Henke.
Hello, Heartland. Hello. How are you?
Fabulous.
Are we having a good festival?
Yes.
We are at the Heartland Pagan Festival at Gaia Retreat Center in McLouth, Kansas.
This venue is awesome. I like the sound in here, just acoustically, it's really good.
I think this is my third or fourth time. I'm not 100% sure. There was a gap of about 3 or 4 years where I wasn't able to come back. But it is good to be back. This is a beautiful place. The land is very special. I don't feel like this land has ever been abused. Sometimes abused land, like strip mine land, can come back. Wisteria is a good example of that. You know, that's another very beautiful place. But the people here are special. They work really hard. They take very good care of the musicians and the speakers. Make sure we get fed food we can eat.
I stood on stages before where if you move like this, your mic stand would be bouncing around.
I hate that.
Chasing a mic stand around. I've done that before. This stage is solid. They did a good job building this to begin with. And in fact, it looks like the same nails are probably in it, years ago when I was here. So I mean, it's built to last.
I've been playing for 50 years. Matter of fact, 50 years in March was the anniversary of my first guitar, which I received on my 13th birthday. I still have it, an old Harmony Stella, which a lot of people in my age group got those as their first guitars. I think they retailed at $36 brand new.
I never get to play this, This is so much fun.
I'm self-taught, but I've worked with some of the world's greatest guitarists, and I learn from everybody. I'm constantly learning. Even, I'll be playing 100 years, I hope, and I will still be learning from other people. I'm hearing different things in my head. I just got to make up the right decision. That's a no-brainer right there. I play what is known as fingerstyle guitar, which goes anywhere from Chet Atkins to Andre Segovia to Carlos Montoya to Michael Hedges and everything in between. It's whenever you're playing more than one part at once, and I love doing that. It's challenging and interesting after 50 years.
She stands by a river beneath the moon, holding a basket of flowers.
And of course, I played rock for a long time. We called it progressive pop back in the last rock band I was in. I played in blues bands, which I love the blues. And when I switched to straight fingerstyle guitar, I quit singing. And I focused on instrumental acoustic guitar and putting out albums that the new age market, which was really particularly huge at that time, would go for. And whatever magic the internet is, because of that, I still get checks every month from all of that instrumental work. I did 7 instrumental albums. I'm working on my 8th and my 3rd vocal album as a solo artist. The last was Raven King, and this one I've already got the title picked out. It'll be Dance with the Fireflies. And what's really magical is I got to perform that here, and it was one of the first times I've ever performed it, and there are fireflies everywhere. So literally people have been able to dance with the fireflies.
Dance with the fireflies. fire ring in the mist. Music like sign of sighs. Ethereal choir sing for a kiss. Throw your head back to the sky. Dance for the fire. Dance with the fireflies. Dance with the fireflies.
Well, you know, as a solo artist, you know, generally most concerts I'm by myself. I don't have anybody with me. And I'll perform those songs a little differently because I'm filling in all the space myself.
Alex, Bran. He'll be sitting in on guitar, and on drums we will have, believe it or not, Jerry Lewis. That's his name.
For example, I do the song "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds." I don't play what the Beatles did on guitar because I don't think they had a guitar. But I'm filling in the bass line and everything else in my own way through fingerstyle guitar and then singing over the top. And when I do something like this, I get backup singers. I had Alexander James Adams singing the high Paul McCartney parts for me the other night. He also played violin on several songs. Amazing violinist. Just an amazing musician and songwriter all the way around. And I'm very fortunate when I'm at these festivals to meet a lot of amazing musicians, and we all want to sit down and play together. You know, it's always so much fun. I love playing with Wendy Rule, Tuatha Dea, Mama Gina, you know, all these folks, you know, Ginger Ackley, you know. And when I can, I enlist their help on my CDs as well. Raven King has over 30 voices as a choir. I've got Dave the Bard and Lynn Sanders from Burning Sage and Ginger Doss and S.J. Tucker, and the list just goes on and on and on of these amazing singers singing while I got to play electric guitar over the top, which was some of the most fun I think I've ever had in a recording studio, was being able to do that, because the energy gained from all those voices, all those beautiful voices from those beautiful people that I love, just sent me through the roof. And I played some of my best stuff ever.
Spirits sing the feast of the dying sun. Dead and living in harmony, dance to the heart and the drum.
One of the main rewards is getting to do what I love the most for a living. I love writing songs. I love playing songs. I love playing with people and sharing the energy. There hasn't been a ton of money, that's for sure. But I've got to think for myself, would I rather have a ton of money and hate what I'm doing all day, or have a little less money and love what I'm doing all day? You know, there's a lot of long drives, which does get a little old. You know, a whole lot of long drives. Sometimes there's missed communications with venues and that sort of thing, and that can get old. And I do all my own booking. If you want to make your living playing music, first thing I tell people is first lower your expectations about what a living means. Then keep in mind that whatever you don't spend when you're on the road is money that you've earned. Kind of the Ben Franklin thing about a penny saved is a penny earned. And just work 10 times harder than you would at any other job you've ever had. Because you've got to do everything. I mean, you got to do the booking, you got to do the promotion, you do the interviews, you got to set all that stuff up, and then just go out and do your magic which music is magic, whether musicians know it or not. It's a very powerful form of energy. You know, it's a slow-moving form of energy, but we human beings aren't all that fast-moving, so it's great for us. And when you combine light and sound together, you can create some very powerful things. I mean, right now we're creating light and sound. You know, unfortunately, it's just me talking. I'm not playing, but it's light and sound. If you're curious about me and curious about my music, you can visit me online. If you forget everything else, just go to Google Brian Henke. It doesn't take the FBI to find me. I'm pretty much out there in the world. And I've got BrianHenkeGuitarist.com and Facebook.com/BrianHenke9. There's other Brian Henkes. And Google.com. Google. Yeah, well, you can find me. I'm pretty easy to find. I'm on Reverb Nation, and you can, bring up samples of my music to listen to. I'm all over YouTube. So, come visit me. Stop and say hello. The world is becoming smaller because of our digital access to each other. Take advantage of it. Please, I'd love to hear from you.
I am the starlight in your eyes, the magic spell that leaves your lips within a sigh. Within the shadows I am seen. My body is the forest, every color green. My song is singing in your heart, a song of wind on leaves and meadowlark, a web of raindrops in the air. Is it the shining moon that holds it there? Anytime, any way you want. I can be anything. I will fill your eyes.